Okay, thank you. And there's a question there. Yeah, young guy at the back there. Hiya.
Hi. Earlier this week in Prime Minister's Questions, we saw David Cameron quite laughably claim credit for Norman Lamb's achievements on mental health issues. Quite simply, what are we going to do to stop people like David Cameron and the Tories, and to a lesser extent Labour, trying to change history on our achievements in government?
It's a great question, and I think two ways of looking at it. And in the first place, if we as Liberal Democrats, and Nick Clegg and Norman Lamb in particular, have managed to do a series of things, really brave things, that have made mental health mainstream and make mental health the kind of issue that David Cameron and Jeremy Corbyn feel they need to talk about and act on, where we have achieved an awful lot. If we've made mental health mainstream, that is a massive achievement. And although we do these things out of the goodness of our heart, we would like some votes. And I think yes, there is clearly an issue. And we saw it during the coalition years as well, but we see it all the more afterwards, where the Conservatives in particular claim credit for things that we did. And it's been, I guess, the real tragedy of the defeat on May the 7th is it almost took that in order to show in sharp relief what the Liberal Democrats had achieved. And that's not just on mental health. And the pressure on NHS budgets locally and nationally means that mental health services are now being cut back. The cap on social care costs now being kicked into the long grass. As we've heard, the GP, or rather the junior doctors contract becoming so utterly ungenerous and so discouraging for those people entering the profession. Just in the health service alone, you get a sense of why the Liberal Democrats mattered so much. It's terrible that we had to go through that defeat on May the 7th to prove our point. But having done that, our job now is to proudly stand for our heritage, our reputation, our achievements in the 5 years in power, and to fight every cut and change, negative reactionary policy that the Tories put in our absence.
Thank you, and can I thank the last questioner for keeping his question short and sharp and to the point, so that we can get through a lot more. We're now going to move on to the Middle East.